Hello, friends. Hello, hello. I run my hand through my hair once and it goes crazy. Lol. Hey, friends. I realized that I wasn't here on Thursday and I never ended up saying anything, but hello. Oh my gosh, I'm not wearing my rings. I feel so naked. How is everybody doing? I'm sure people are still getting in, but hello, hello, hi. Um, my rings are in the other room. I feel so naked. What the hell? But hello, cuties. How has everyone's week been? Because I haven't been on stream in a literal week. As it goes. I wanted to. Do I have any of them nearby? I went to a not farmer's market, like a local market, recently. By recently, I mean like on Saturday. And, I wanted to show off my little haul, but I forgot to bring my haul in here. So, oh, thank you. I got these, there was a pop-up shop happening near my store. And they are, which one? Which side do I want to show? Little cherries. They're so perfect. I'm like, I had this like cherry cola cool girl aesthetic phase recently, and I'm still into it, but they are precious and I love them very much. Um, But yeah, I went to a little local market in my town where someone recognized me, which was very, very sweet. I walked by and she like very loud was like, Karmika, what are you doing here? Hi, Myron, thank you for the follow. Um, yeah, she was so cute and so sweet, but very loud. She was like, Karmika, what are you doing here? Because like the town that I live in isn't like a big city or something. And I was like, oh, I live here. She's like, wow. It was so sweet. Um, but yeah, I wanted to show off my little haul, but I think I put I'm trying to remember all the things that I got. Oh, I mean I can show one thing. Because I got these like wooden vases that were super sweet and super cute. Um, but I think that they've already been put around the house and I don't know where they are. I follow you on Twitter for so long but never seen your face. Oh my gosh, really? Well, hello, this is my little face. Yeah. If you don't know, I'm Selena. Hello, hello. This is how I talk and how I sound. It's very funny because I feel the same way whenever I go to a convention and stuff, where it's like, people who I'm like actively friends with online, I've never seen them IRL before. And then I won't know, and they'll be like, "Oh, hi, my name's like insert some normal first name." And I'm like, "Oh," and then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, here's my username." I'm like, "Oh my god, we talk all the time." But yeah, it's this is my little face. But for anyone who's just joining, I was talking about how I went to a local market in my town, and a lot of the things that I got are scattered around my house. But one thing I did get was this super cute stained glass piece. I want to like, where's the whitest part of my wall so you can see. It looks orange, but it's like it's more of like a red tone. You can kind of see it better here. Super cute. It's handmade by this very sweet girl in my town. And I have kind of like as you can see, a red flower thing going on here. And so I think it'll be perfect. I want to find a way to hang it on my window so I can, get the cutie iridescentness to like shine in my room, but I don't know how to stick this on my window without damaging the window frame slash having it fall down because I'm not a handy girl. So, who knows? But very cute. I love it very much. And so I'll figure out a place to put it eventually. But that's like the one thing I have on hand from that super cute little market I went to. But yeah, the other things I got, my mom uses suction cup hooks for those exact decorations. Okay, I mean, that could work very well then. I also got some handmade wooden vases for way cheaper than this guy should be selling them for. Like, I truly feel this guy should be selling them for way more than he is, but he was very sweet, and this was like his first market he had ever done. Um, And so we just chatted a whole bunch, which was really cute. I got Aiden some rings, but he's gonna have to resize them just because they're a little bit small. And then I got this really cute, actually, I'm just gonna go grab it. 1 second. Don't leave! Hold on. Okay, I got the things. I got the things that I was talking about. So, one thing I got, I'm still in the midst of reading Percy Jackson. I took a big old break for a while. But we are so back. But one thing I got was this cute little bookmark that's like in the shape of a tulip. That it's like the girl made it by hand. She just like hammered out a little brass wire and made it into a cute little bookmark. And I was like, that is precious and I want that right now. And so, because I am a notorious, I know someone's going to be upset with me. I am a notorious dog earer. Like, I will dog ear my books. And so, my days of dog earing, as long as I don't lose this, bookmark, is over. Thank be. There's something on my book, whatever. And then the other thing that I got was this little 2 set of wooden vases that this guy makes by hand. Well, like, obviously he uses, like, a lathe that, like, rotates it, but I only dog ear paperbacks. Yes, like, this is my precious little flimsy paperback, and I dog ear that, but not anymore! But yeah, this guy, like, I think that he said that he's, like, a construction worker or something, and he, like, or, like, some sort of lumberer guy, but any of the wood that they would be taking to scrap, he takes and turns into cute little vases. So I don't know what we're gonna put in here quite yet, but very, very cute, and he was a very sweet guy, so happy to support a fellow maker. Oh yeah, Percy Jackson. I'm in a Percy Jackson D&D campaign, which is very fun, and if you get me talking about it, I'm gonna be very annoying. But I've never read Percy Jackson until, like, the last few months of my life. And so, putting aside the, like, shit-eating teen lingo, it's actually quite fun. So, I've been enjoying it quite a bit. But yeah, other than that, last week, I was mostly chilling, to be honest. The 1 week off that the team other than the holidays, we get a week off, and of course we have Mondays off. We just generally don't work on Mondays. Well, by we I mean the team. Sometimes, pretty often, me and my partner end up working on Mondays, but yeah. So after Fan Expo, we always take a week off just because Fan Expo is so taxing. I did a little bit of work just to keep things going, but well-deserved break after such a great August. Thank you, baby girl. Welcome. Yeah, I took a bit of a break, but also did a little bit of work. And yeah, so this week we are back at it, which is very exciting. Now the baby girl's here. I will not talk too much about my D&D campaign, but we were supposed to play tonight, and it got moved, and it's a very understandable reason why it got moved, but I'm still so sad, I'm so excited. My table is, like, actively set right now for D&D, but it's fine. We moved it to, my brain. We moved it to Saturday, so it's fine, but I feel like you guys would like understand and feel it. Hold on, I think that my links that I tweeted aren't working. At least I know they're not working in Discord. Okay, that one's working, whatever. Yeah. I'm still very excited nonetheless, but it's fine, I'm totally fine. Smoking emoji. But yeah, I'm still very excited. It's gonna be, like, more of a, like, longer session because, obviously. But you know when you guys have a gift for someone that you're like, oh, I bought this gift, I'm so excited to give it to them, and then for some reason you weren't able to give it to them, and then you're just like, I love surprises and, like, giving surprises. Like, receiving a surprise is super, super sweet and very cool, but I'm like always the kind of person where I'm like, I need to reciprocate right now. Are you the DM? I'm not. I'm a player. I will show you. I did these. I've come to learn. I used to think that I wasn't a love language being gift giving kind of girl, but I realized that once you have a little bit of money, yes, I am. So the bases of these are not the ones that they got. These were just like the extra copies I got. But I'm one of the players, and so I made everybody these little wooden minis of our characters. Don't focus on me, focus on her. She's the star of the show. So this is my character. If it ever wants to. Come on. Whatever. You get the picture. But yeah, I made these little wooden minis, and so I drew the characters for everybody, and they turned out so freaking cute. This is the DM's NPC that I adopted. Her name's Sylvia. And so we're all playing as like 20-year-old adult demigods that got like hidden away from our godly parents for reasons that we have yet to discover, but we are slowly discovering. And so my character is the daughter of Morpheus, and so that has been very, very fun. I do have updates and revelations, but I know not everybody's here for that. But the game has been so, so fun. Very, very excited to play more. And the gangs on here, I love them very much. I keep them up on my shelf so I can stare at them every day. Just like haphazardly shoving them up there so I can get back down to chat. But in Karmiko Land, as much as I always like this last week off has been very nice for me getting to be Selena rather than like Fan Expo week, which I very much love being Karmiko, but having the separation is very important. And so my D&D campaign is very much a Selena thing versus we have a lot going on at Karmiko. August, I love you. Wild and crazy month. We went and we have a physical store in downtown Toronto, which is super, super cool. We ended up upgrading to a bigger space, which was so sick. Hello, Zach. Thank you. Cheers, my friends. Please drink water and thank you for the posture check. I am a shrimpy little guy. If I'm drinking water, so do you guys. Hydrate up. But yeah, so we moved our shop from a smaller space to a bigger space, which has been really, really great for the shop. It's like the other shop was cute and worked, but you kind of don't realize how you need more until you have more. And so I am here to de-shrimp and hydrate. Yes, thank you, my squire, my dear sweet squire. But yes, what was I saying? Yeah, like you never know what you need until you got it sometimes, and so when we moved to the bigger space, we realized just how much of a cramped little closet the old store was. We have 2 doors, so many more windows, a seating space, it's fantastic. But it was like first week of August was move the store into a bigger store space. Second week of August, launch Starfall. That weekend, like the day that we launched Starfall, I was actively at my good friend Sugarbones' bachelorette party. And so I was like in the car on the way to do an escape room as a part of her bachelorette party when Starfall launched, and I was like, and then I had to like put my phone away and go to the escape room, which was very fun but also nerve-wracking. Which it went so well that we had to do a pre-order the week after. So it was like, move the store, launch, also bachelorette weekend, pre-order, week after, Fan Expo. And so it was just like bang, 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 of all these different things that we had to do this month, which have been all so exciting and so fun. The way my concentration would be shot, 100%. I've been like, prithee, my lord, I'm just doing my duty. Indeed, squire. Thank you for the follow, Reese? You're in the move, dude. Hell yeah. The demons. Yeah, it's just like, that's why we give the whole team the week off of Fan Expo, because even if there's not a launch, and like that much craziness going on, we give everybody a week off for after Fan Expo, because Fan Expo's insane. This year, The team wasn't there on Tuesday, but usually we start setting up on Wednesday. We started on Tuesday this year, which was so much better for setup, like leaps and bounds better. Um, just cause like we usually get movers to help us move the big stuff. And keep in mind, we moved all of the big stuff from the old shop to the new shop. Thankfully, it wasn't too far. It was in the same, like, plaza. And then 2 weeks later, moved it from the big shop to Fan Expo and then back within a few days. Which is a lot. So having the movers come on Tuesday was great because last year, our movers were late both in coming in the morning of Wednesday and then like to do setup, and then for teardown they were late at night, which made it so that we couldn't go to our storage unit because our storage unit closed at a certain time and they were late, and so we had to like put the stuff in our suburban home. It ended up working out, but in the case of things going poorly, we wanted that extra time where, like, you know, the team wasn't waiting for us or something. And so we just did the big stuff on Tuesday, where it's like, okay, as long as we can get the big set pieces, like our shelves and the display walls and stock, just in their places Tuesday night, then we can show up on Wednesday and just decorate. And then Thursday, we can just waltz our asses in at fucking 2 p.m. and start the show rather than scrambling to get everything together. And it went great. The new movers we have are they have business forever. As long as we have business, so do they. They were so perfect. And then the next day, everything went so smoothly. There was like only one small little hiccup, but we had the time to deal with it. And the whole week just went so smoothly. You know, spending 6 days in a convention center makes you yearn for the sun. It's funny because Aiden and I were talking about it today, and it's like, it feels like the first day of summer for us. I think it's because, like, Fan Expo is such, like, this big, daunting thing that we just have to get through every year. That once it's over, it's like we feel so much more free. But you know, summer's over. Kids are, I think it's like the first day of school today for a lot of like high school kids. And so, and I guess every other school kid, including university. September is the new June. That's how it feels for me. Like, because now all of a sudden I can go to my favorite coffee shop again. And, you know, I went to the gym this morning. I haven't gone to the gym in ages. By ages, I mean like a month because August was insane. And so we're so fucking back, baby. And there was like, it was kind of this thing where I was like, damn, like no matter how hard it gets, you will get through it. And then you'll go back to all the things that you like. Cause I was like, damn, like, you know, Mondays used to be sacred in the way of going to my favorite coffee shop. And one of my favorite hobbies is writing. I love writing stories. I notoriously, and you would be hard pressed to find it. Please don't try. If you care about me in any capacity, don't try. But I have written a completed 180,000 word fan fiction. I will not tell you what fandom it's of. Not that it's bad, I'm just embarrassed. And I've also partially written several other fan fictions that I have yet to return to. But now I want to write something that's not fan fiction. And, you know, I write a lot of pre-planned, what's it called? Like lines for my D&D campaign and like letters and new lore unlocked. Yes, I have so much lore. I'm always happy to share. But I strive for the level of get things done that you showcase daily, dude. Thank you. I stopped paying attention for a sec, then heard a how many word fanfiction? 180,000. I think like the average novel has like 90K, so it's like 2 novels worth. Hold on. Average novel word count? Between 70,000 to 120,000 words. So that's a pretty big fucking book for fandom that shall not be named. Again, not a bad fandom. A lot of people like it. But I'm just embarrassed. So you can keep that one to myself. But I write a lot for fun when I do have free time, and so Mondays were dedicated to writing. Lost out on many a Monday at my favorite coffee shop due to the craziest month. But then all of a sudden, it's like all these things are happening and things are crazy, they're insane. And then all of a sudden, you're back at your favorite coffee shop, having your usual and doing a hobby that you love, and everything's okay. Thank you for the follows, Bittersweet Juice. Welcome. But yeah, no matter how crazy it gets, eventually things settle down again, which was a very nice reminder to have. Um, but yeah, now I want to write my own like thing that's not a fan fiction or for D&D. I will say though, I wrote a line for a letter that my D&D character sent that my DM said was like one of those like damn like that shit hit, and he asked me if I was like damn that shit hit. Um and at the time, not like I knew that it was good, but I didn't think it was that good. But then like that external validation of someone else, especially someone like my DM who I like very much admire his story writing. Um but like getting that validation, I was like, yeah, brother. Where is it? Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna make it quick, to get into the Karmiko stuff after. But long story short, my character, every character in this story of like our player characters, had some sort of like near death experience around the 12, which is a thing in the Percy Jackson universe, whatever. Um, and so my character realized that her whole thing is that like she's adopted into a family of doctors who adopt kids that need resources and help that otherwise they wouldn't get in the foster care system. Very fun. Um, but for her, like she kind of realized that like when that near death experience happened, because her parents are so used to um like grief, where like they purposely adopt kids who are sick to have the resources to help them, but then sometimes they're beyond help. That I think the line was like would my family have moved on from me as efficiently as they have with the rest of my lost siblings? Would my urn be added to the mantle with the rest, another trophy of their endless sacrifice, their valiant grief? And he was like, oh, and I was like, I'm glad it hit. There's a lot of context that's there, and a lot of like emotional turmoil that's been built up over many a session. And so I'm glad that it hit. But do you tend to struggle with writer's block at all? Not prompted by a busy schedule. I have so many ideas for. I'm so sorry. I have class. I gotta go. I love your art and think you're incredible. Thank you, Myron. You have a good day and good luck at your classes. You're gonna do great. I believe in you. Have a great one, and thank you for coming in and hanging out. I stream every Tuesday and Thursday around this time, so if you want to hang, I am here for that. Bye bye. Not prompted by a busy schedule. I have so many ideas for a novel, but trying to make myself sit and write it is a whole other story. Yes, to a degree. I mean, I think everybody who's creative in some way gets blocked in some capacity, especially like you have to follow the dopamine when it comes to creative stuff, where like if you ain't feeling it, it's not gonna happen. Even especially when it comes to like, Karmiko, where I have to, make things on a deadline. And so I work with my inspiration rather than against it, where it's like when I'm inspired to design, then I gotta do it then. And so even if it's like at a time where it's like not necessarily super convenient and I have an idea, like I gotta do it right then and there. And then in my working hours, I can do the more tedious things that are like on schedule, if that makes sense. But when it comes to writing, I definitely have blocks sometimes, especially when I feel like I should be writing. Like if it's a Monday and, I'm at the coffee shop because Mondays are my writing days, but I just don't feel like writing, then I just don't. Like I think that especially when it's a creative thing that you're doing on the side, not as a job, um, that if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. But also you could be like literally in the grocery store, like getting your normal groceries, and then something hits you and you need to keep repeating it in your head until you can like write it down on your phone or something, which happens to me all the time. But I think honor your inspiration when it's there, and then honor your lack of inspiration when it's not there. Because like it's really hard to overcome, but you can't make yourself feel it. Like being creative is such a feeling, and if and also because you can do things when you're feeling blocked that will benefit you when you're not feeling blocked, if that makes sense. So it's like, if you're feeling kind of writer's block but you want to do something, then like maybe going over your outline or rewriting your outline, even just like on a piece of paper, so that it like feels real again. And like there's something for me where like I have a notebook, I think it's like right here. I think it's nearby to me in some capacity. Not that it matters, you can't read it on screen. Where I will go, and I do this for art too, like when I'm designing a new line, if I'm like feeling blocked about it, like I will redraw the designs, or with writing, I will rewrite the outline out and like just in like bullet points, because then I'm like, does this still feel good? And like, or even like doing some mood boarding on Pinterest, or sometimes I'll jump in The Sims and like make the characters in The Sims and like grow attachment and like develop them in a way that isn't physically writing words on paper. But I think also a lot of the times people are blocked by the idea that their idea is so good and they're so excited about the idea, but they don't feel like up to snuff in their skills, and so they keep waiting it out but you're never gonna get better until you start writing. And then also a thing that I've experienced and I always talk about is how like as you get better at a thing, your standard for what's good enough always raises. Hi, Mackle. It's going good. Right now we're talking about writing, which is a hobby that I love, but it's going well. I had a great break and I'm very excited to be back. Got so much shit planned. I'm excited to start getting into like talking about the Karmiko itinerary for the rest of the year, but it's so good to see you again. Have fun at work, Zach. Be safe, my dear squire, and we shall chat soon. Goodbye. um, but yeah, that basically like as you get better at doing anything, whether it's drawing, writing, any sort of skill, as you get better, the bar for what is good enough gets raised with your skill, and so you're basically always going to feel like not good enough. What a coincidence. It's a hobby I hate. I mean, maybe hate is a strong word, but I've had a great time writing backstories for characters, but I think of writing as in essays. No, I think, my lord. But yeah, more so like I was talking about how I have perhaps in my life written a completed 180,000 word fan fiction in my days. Just dropping lore. But, and then we kind of got into the talks of, yeah. I'm not gonna say what fandom, it's a very well-loved fandom, it's just, I'm embarrassed and I don't want anyone to find it, and if you love me, then you won't try. Not that it's under any name that you could possibly know about. It's such a frustrating feeling, but that's really great advice. Whenever I try to force it, I find my block lasts longer versus just relaxing and ideas jumping out of nowhere. Exactly. And it's so frustrating too because I'm the kind of person where like I cannot have idle hands. Like lately my hands have been hurting from drawing so much because I drew like this really big piece for my DM for our D&D campaign. And like plus also I've been playing a lot of Hades and like the dashing button just like has been hurting my hands, but all of the things I love include my hands. I can't write, I can't like draw, I can't type, I can't like chop and cook shit. Like I love wood burning, can't fucking do that. So it like was so frustrating because I had to just chill, and I hate to say it, the rumors are true. Relaxing truly is the best thing for refilling your creative juices. I hate to say that the rumors are true, but they are. Oh my god, Mackle, we had to move D&D to Saturday. Saturday. So we're not gonna know how they liked it until Saturday. Which means I won't tell you until Tuesday. I know. I'm like, my table is currently set for D&D. I'm just leaving it. Like, I'm leaving it set up until Saturday because, like, I need it. Creative writing has always been so fun for me, but now that I've given myself expectations, it feels entirely different. Need to try and take myself less seriously and make it fun again. I 100% feel that. I was working on a story for a while that I really like the concept of, but the execution's a bit hard. And I told myself, I was like, okay, this is gonna be the novel. This is gonna be I'm going to work on it and make several drafts, and I'm going to pitch this. Like, I'm going to make this a novel. And then by deciding that, because like the stakes on fan fiction were so much lower, where it was like, and I purposely posted it. We're gonna stop there because if I say where I posted, it's gonna narrow it down. But the stakes were low because, like, if no one read it, yeah, no shit, it's fucking fan fiction. Like, it was just to get the brainworms out, and I had this concept that I was like, okay, like, whatever. Like, any fan fiction that I've written has just been me waxing poetic about this thing that I'm obsessed with. Um, and so it didn't matter because if anybody read it, it would be people who already like the niche and the like, the concept. But then, and if anyone didn't read it, then what does it matter? I did it for fun. Like the fun's already been had in the writing. But when it comes to like be like, okay, I'm going to like write a novel, once you like set that, then it's like, ooh, ooh. Um, it could be fun to like exactly that. The only person who is putting any type of pressure on this is me, but apparently that's too much. And that's like I feel that 100%. So I like it's so tough, but like trying to take that pressure off to be like I'm just doing this for fun. I like writing like and even I find that ideas that are too big, like that need like I have this one idea that like saying it in the simplest terms makes it maybe not sound that interesting. But basically it was like a like ex-villain noble travels into the future to save his like lover who had an artifact get stolen, and like I had this whole thing where um a like oracle of some kind was going to be like, if you chase it down in our time, you will always be one step behind, you will never get it, but if you go to the future you can just pick it up from a museum, like it's going to be in a museum in the modern day, just go get it and come back, you have 6 months, figure it out. And so I was like, okay, sick. And then when he would get there, he would get bamboozled in some way into working at the museum and like having that culture shock of being in the future, but the doppelganger of his lover would be working at the museum, and so it would be a case of like, falling in love with the same person in a different time, but then realizing like he would get to learn about the rest of his story through the museum, where like he missed out on the rest of his life. And I'm glad that you like it because I really do want to write this. So, any writers out there, don't take this from me, okay? I really like this idea. And I gotta put my mic back. And I really like the idea, but now I need to not only write the main story, but then also essentially write two different books where it's like I need to write the history of what happened prior and the world that they lived in and the magic system. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I need to write the magic system for thank you for the stretch redeem. Literally me refusing to say what my idea is just in case someone with more talent is listening. And that's my fear right now. But thank you so much for the bits, my dude. Welcome. But yeah, that's like my fear too. But you all love me and wouldn't do that to me, right? But my hesitation in writing that story is that I need to write the history before the book happened, and then I need to write the events of what happened after the main character left their time, and then I need to write what happens in real time. And so I need to write like a history, a like progressive story, and then the active story. Which I also like. Why am I holding myself back for no reason? Thank you for the bits again, dude. So sweet of you. I think those are bits. Yeah. Thank you for the bits. Super sweet of you, dude. For the cheers. The bits? Yes. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. But yeah, so and I'm holding myself back on the basis of like, oh my god, that's gonna be so much work. You know what also was so much work? Starting a fucking fashion brand. But here we are. You know what also was so much work? An 100k, 80k word fan fiction. So, and what's helped me is I went like and just drew the characters, and I was like, wait, they're hot though. I want to know what happens. Have you read Dark Matter? Some parts of your story reminded me of that book. I haven't, and so if that ends up being basically the same, then I guess I'm out. But dark matter novel, thriller, science, BBB. Is it written by Blake Crouch? Follows a scientist turned professor as he struggles with the effects after the strangest night of his life. Come on, Goodreads. Give me the synopsis. Um. Before he awakens, finds self-structure. In this world, he's woken up. Jace's life is not the life he knows. His wife is not his wife. His son is never born. That sounds similar, but not the same, which makes me very happy, which means I could read the book, get some ideas for structure. Honestly, I want to get one of those big whiteboards so I can Charlie Day my ideas over it and just take pictures before wiping it. That's a good call, too. Get some cute Megans, very true. But, yeah, Idana, the book seems similar in concept, but not in, like, you know, the fact that it's more of, like, a historical romance on my part, and it's more of, like, a history thing. But, are you an SFF author? I don't know what that means. What is that? Oh, science fiction. Is that science fiction? Oh, sci-fi fantasy, yeah. And so, my full-time job is being a fashion designer. I don't know if you already know that, but I'm just saying it just in case, and thank you for the bits again. But I don't know if you know who I am, and so that's why I'm going to say it. My full-time gig is being a fashion designer, but one of my favorite hobbies is writing. And so I mostly focus on, like, fantasy, sci-fi here and there, but, or even just, like, you know, thriller with a twist. But everything always has a romantic subplot to it because I am a hopeless romantic, and I find that any books that I personally am invested in always have some sort of couple that is a through line, whether that is like the main point of the book or, and I'm not into like, and to each their own, you know, I don't judge damn near nobody. This is coming from the person who's written an 180k word fan fiction. I personally don't read like smut novels. I just don't quite enjoy it myself. But romantasy, like if there is a romantic subplot, I'm so into it. Like all of the like stories I've ever written, whether a full-blown story or a short story or a, you know, half-finished fan fiction that never got touched again, it always has some sort of pairing in it. But yes, I tend to write science fiction or not so much science fiction. It mostly tends to lean fantasy. I am very interested in like cyberpunk and stuff, but I think that's where like a big topic of what we're talking about right now is like writer's block, and I think that there's some topics that tend to be intimidating for me. Anything that has to do with trying to explain how something works. Like I fear exposition because I know when I sit down to read something, if it has any more than like a paragraph or two of so this system works this way and beep, 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 and I'm just like I start to fade. And so I wouldn't want someone to be reading my book and then be like, oh my god, okay, get on with it, holy shit. And so I fear, like, I love sci-fi and especially like cyberpunk themes, but I fear doing that myself because I worry that like someone would be like, actually, that wouldn't work that way because I'm like, it's not real. Definitely need to tastefully drip feed the exposition. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. And so, see, now that I'm talking about it, now I'm all motivated to write that story because I know you guys like it. But another story that I write a lot of pro level short fiction and TBH is all vibes exactly. I purchased all the caps from your new line. Absolutely love the way the design is so unique and wraps around the whole cap. Would love to see more in the future. Thank you. I'm very excited to do more designs like that. I mean, I'd be down to do a writing stream. That could be so fun that like maybe like to help all of us with our like writing blocks and stuff that we could pick a prompt together and do a little bit of writing. Could be cool. Could be very cool. I love a good world building moment, but it can be hard to do it tastefully. And that's my fear where like I've mostly worked within pre-existing worlds or pre-existing sets of rules like the modern day, where I don't have to explain a whole lot in a fan fiction because whoever's reading it, already knows what's going on. But yeah, it's mostly like romance. I have this one story I've been working on that me and my friends. It's so cool too because I have like creative friends as well, and we share our stories with each other, and so like it's really really nice to have people who are invested in something that you're working on, because then you're like, oh my god, hey, I had this idea, and it's like a little fandom with like the three people that know about it. And so me and my friends have been, I've been talking to them about this other idea that's a lot smaller, and I've gotten a lot farther in it because I don't need to explain a whole lot. Like, the like fantasy portion of it is kind of like the characters don't know either. They're figuring it out, and it also can really just be left up to like, I don't know. And this one is like a like dark comedy thriller, and it came about from a like, you know, when you're hanging around with your friends and it's like 3 a.m. and you're really tired and you've started going a little loopy where you're like, now you just start saying shit because you're tired and the adrenaline's running. I was like, you know, because I like a lot of like horror movies and thrillers, and like I play a lot of video games. I was like, what if like, you know, like the show A Thousand Ways to Die? I was like, what if you could experience every kind of death without dying or feeling pain? And it sounds morbid, I know, but this was like 3 a.m. like adrenaline thoughts. And so I had this idea for a book, which, you know, kind of, I realize it's kind of similar if you've watched the show End of the Fucking World, which is, I quite liked it. Basically, it was like this guy who can't feel anything emotionally and this girl who can't feel anything physically go on an adventure to basically like the girl can't die, like no matter, like she got like for some reason she's just invincible and he's invincible emotionally, and so it's kind of this game of like who can feel first. And so like basically they end up falling in love while like on this zany little road trip of like doing like dangerous shit to try to push the limits of her perceived immortality. And of course, they're being flashy about it because they're young and they don't give a shit, and so they get caught by the government and blah blah blah. But then they fall in love, and he's like, oh no, I can't go through with this. And she's like, no, don't change the dynamic and whatever. And like that one was a lot more doable because it's just like two people interacting, and I can wax poetic about that for the longest time. And so that one was an easier idea. But now that you guys like the fucking historian and historical figure time travel one, I'm like, I could get into that. I don't know. But now I'm all excited and inspired because of you guys, so there we go. But um if it worked as written, it would be science SMH. You know what? You're so right, and I'm going to hold on to that notion. Because like if it worked as like reality, then this would just be a textbook. You're so right. Um, but yeah, so all that writing talk, I have a thing that I've kind of like adopted as a new little mantra in my life of it's not yet, not never. I think I said it for the first time on stream and I was like, damn, that's profound. But it's like I'm one day going to write a full original novel. Who knows if it's going to get picked up or published or anything, but I know that I've decided that eventually in my life I'm going to sit down and technically have I written a novel's worth of a story? Yes, but it was a fan fiction, it doesn't count. I've just decided that that is a thing that I'm going to do. You've also adopted the mantra of who's going to stop me, so exactly. It's that one is always like, who's going to stop me? Certainly not me, and definitely not you, so and so I intend to, at some point in my life, write a full original story. And a wicked combination of audacity and potentially, I always use the word hubris, and I want to be sure I'm using hubris. Excessive pride or self-confidence. Exactly. It's a mix of hubris and self-determination, where as long as I don't stop myself, I have every tool available to me via my computer to write a full novel. Could it possibly be ass? Yes. I never said I was going to write a good book, but I do intend to write a book. And you can count on that. Will it ever come out? Will you ever read it? Who knows? Maybe one day you're scrolling through Wattpad and you see my shitty book and you have no idea. Because I know Wattpad will publish any dog shit put on that website. There have been some some books that have come out through Wattpad that have been good. Let's be real. I actually through like we ended up being across from the person holding you back most is you. So with that mindset, who's going to stop you? Exactly. Never let it be you. Because other people are going to try to stop you too out of just like straight up being doubtful or jealous. And so don't join them. Fuck them. But yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, last year our Fan Expo booth was across from Wattpad. And of course they only had their original novels there because they don't want people to know that they're a fanfiction website. But you go to a nerd convention where you are booths down from Artist Alley, where it's all fan art. Embrace who you are, Wattpad. We know what you are. You're the place where, like, there's tiers. There's AO3, there's fanfiction.net, and then there's Wattpad. Wattpad, know your place, baby. Know who you are and embrace it. I was hoping to see a little something, a little nod to your fanfiction roots, but no, we're gonna pretend that we only publish books. We see you when you don't want to be seen, Wattpad. Exactly. I know who you are. You can't lie to me, Wattpad. So silly. But getting back into Karmiko related things. So up next in the Karmiko-verse, we've got September's pretty chill. There's no things coming out in September. We had a little reprieve. But we are ramping up for our Halloween line. So excited. We have the first round of photos already done. They are on their way. Oh my gosh, thank you. I've sent you a message request on Instagram. Can you check my name? Sure. Thank you for the bits. I personally don't check our main account, but someone on my team will. But thank you so much for the bits. Very sweet of you. Yeah, so we have the Halloween line is on its way, and the shipping gods have so far been smiling upon us, and so we will be continuing to pray to the shipping gods that they continue to be kind to us. But it's on its way, and it should be on time for people to receive it in time for Halloween, which is very exciting. Luckily, they're just edgy, like they're not like, this is a Halloween shirt. I think I've been pretty good about making things that are wearable outside of like that specific season. And so I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's the first time I've worked with Red, I'm pretty sure, in this capacity. And so very excited for that. We have some previews on the Discord, so if you aren't in the Discord yet, I think I can just slam a little exclamation point in Discord in the chat. Or not. Or not. I think, sometimes Streamlabs like times out of that option. So if you can go to the little like Streamlabs needs a nudge. I know this happens every time. It's like, oh, you haven't streamed in a week? You hate me and you want me to die, is what Streamlabs is telling me. I'll have to fix that later. But if you aren't in the Discord server, you can check down below. We got a whole bunch of previews over there right now. I just posted a little sneaky little preview for the Halloween line. And so you can check that out. And yeah, what else? And then after that, so it's probably going to be early October. Shipping gods better smile upon us. Everything is on its way, so it should be good. We'll be doing photo shoots through the month of September. Very, very exciting. We have the first like flat lay photo shoot down. It's just like the photo shoot with real people. That we need to get in. They really need to bump up that timeline. That's so rude. That timeline. I'm trying to think of what timeline. Like the shipping gods timeline? Streamlabs. Yeah, I know! I know! Because, like, dude, I have a life. I have a life. You know what I mean? Come on now. Um, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, so September's gonna be like photo shoots and getting prepped for Slasher Street, which should come out in the first 2 weeks of October. Uh, Shipping gods, please smile upon me. And then I recommend making a habit of checking it before every stream makes life easy. I will, thank you. I just forgot. I'm like, hell yeah, it's stream day, let's go! Like, just completely forgot that was a thing. And then November's Black Friday, so we'll have a big, fat, crazy sale. During the month of November, we have some new jewelry that's going to be coming out before the year ends, and then it's the holidays. And so we have one line coming out, one big sale, and a little mini line of straight up silver jewelry coming at the end of the year, which is very, very exciting. I've never done silver jewelry before, so of course, because it's silver, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. But I'm very excited for that one as well. And then we're into the next year, which... Who's going to stop me from showing you a little something from next year? I feel like I've shown you guys this before, but I have designed some new things for it, and then I'm going to get into actually designing, like, drawing the stuff today. Let's see. And also, I've been making some changes to the tea line that I've shown several times. I've cut a few items because I was like, okay, quality over quantity. There's some things that I already, like, my sixth sense is telling me that is not going to sell super well. And also, we need some mini tees and boleros in that bitch because people love them, and I am nothing if not a woman of the people. And so, some items have been taken out of the spring line just because I have that sixth sense to know that it's just not going to do well. And then some new things are getting added in. So I will show you guys that. But hold on, I got a message. I've learned better than to check my phone. Okay. We're gonna show the Valentine's Day stuff first. Again, before I show you guys previews, I always say, and this is the truth, is that, whenever I design things, I always design more than what ends up coming out, because, sometimes I design something and they look fugly IRL, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. And some things need more work, and we just don't have the time to make them work. Thank you for the follow, MBVLZ. Welcome, welcome. What was I gonna say? Yes, so sometimes I design something, and at the end of the day, I give them a go, and they look ugly. And sometimes it could be cute, but it needs more work, and I just don't have the time. Or, you know, things just get cut in the process. Sometimes I shoot for the stars and we land on the moon, and sometimes you shoot for the stars and you lose the plot along the way. So what I might be showing you now is stuff I'm going to try to get made, but it's entirely possible something may get cut. So let's all cross our little fingers. I seriously need to get my hands on one of the sugar and spice boleros. That is something else that's happening this year. There's two other things that are happening before the year ends. Number one is a mini sugar and spice restock. So we have the mini teas and the boleros coming back just for you. Thank you for the follow, Estelle. Welcome. So speaking of the sugar and spice boleros, they will be back in November, I believe. And then moth bags will be coming out back at some point. We're working out getting them shipped over to us. Because they are completed. We're just, like, figuring out shipping, and because it's, like, a lot, I don't know exactly when that's coming out, but those are more things that are happening this year. So, crazy, crazy times, but very convenient that you reminded me of that, because someone please hire me so I can get a moth bag, lol. I totally understand. Hi, Yummy Rocks, welcome. Okay, so showing off new things and stuff. So you guys have seen the jewelry designs before, but we have clothes and bags, bro. This was one of those moments that I had an idea and, like, awoke from a deep slumber and, like, ran to my computer to slam that shit down. I'm so like I looked everywhere to see if I could find a like, and so the duffel bag would be like a bigger, like maybe like a one night travel bag, and then these would be like purse size. And so, yeah, like, I was like, man, I think it would be so doable to have like a heart-shaped side of the bag, and then, because the front would just be a rectangular shape. I think that's totally super doable. And so, we're gonna attempt to get some sampling done in Italy, which I'm very excited about. I have the perfect red lip to match. Exactly! And then, of course, if you haven't seen it before, we have little cutout mini tee with a little gold embroidery around it. And then some wide leg jogging pants that we've never made before. Oh yeah, heart cutout. This is like, so this line is called Lover's Quarrel. It is an enemies to lovers themed line because you know I'm a fucking writer girly and that's the shit that I love. I just realized my camera's a little bit blurry. And so we have, for those who wear Valentine's merch all year round, my house is decked out in Target Valentine's line. Hell yeah! So this is for you. We're gonna have a heart-shaped carabiner for the carabiner girlies. I'm not too sure about the rose petal necklace. We shall see. I have a one bed motel tag necklace. Oh my god, there's only one bed. Oh no, whatever shall we do? Oh gosh, well, what are we gonna do? Um, guess we'll just have to sleep in the same bed. What a shame. What a shame. Um, and then a little charm necklace, because charm necklaces have been very, very in. And then I've been toying around with some ideas for lockets. And so we have a little envelope that you could like stick a little piece of paper in, and then a book that opens up so you can show little pictures, and when you close it, they kiss. Hell yeah. And then of course, because enemies to lovers, we have some swords and daggers. We have some like what's it called? Wax seal earrings, which I think are super cute. And would have like a little drip dangling from it, cause you know, wax seals, baby. A wax seal bolo necklace, the star-crossed lover's touch. Hell yeah. Because they're on opposite sides of the charm necklace. Um, and then this one, I'm not too sure about how it's gonna look when it's done, but it's supposed to be like making the choice between enemy or lover, and it would be like that bolo tie necklace with the charms on the end. Just an idea. But yeah, these are the designs for Valentine's Day. Some may get cut. Forgive me for that. Um, but that is the plan. That is my going plan as of now. Thank you, baby girl. I do my best. I do try. Um, and yeah, so that's like what I've got so far for Valentine's Day. Very excited about it. It's like tight. You know, I'm probably gonna cut a few more pieces, but we can do sampling and then cut from there. But then Tea House has changed a little bit. So I've cut a few things from this, and I very well could cut some more. Um, I've added some mini teas because people love a good mini tea, and as do I. I think these are super cute. Little lettuce hem mini tea, and then I've yet to design the boleros, but they will be made. Um, and yeah, but that is early next year plans and goals. Y'all can soak this in for a second while I sip some water. And now it's an ad break, so I'm gonna wait. Yeah, the pants were cut. I'm gonna wait because I don't know if Mac will. Teabag purse, that's so cute though. Hell yeah, I'm glad. I'm gonna wait till the ad is done. Okay, are we back? We're back. Okay. Yeah, the pants and skirt were cut just because they're gonna take, I'm gonna try the petal skirt, but I can already envision it not looking how I want it to. And with the pants, we are going to be having a basics line next year, because, sometimes you want to make a full outfit of just Carmico stuff, um, but you don't have, you know, Carmico basics, and so slapping a statement piece on every ligament of your body sometimes can work, but sometimes can't. And so a lot of people also say how much they love the fit of our mini tees and that they like sit really well. And so we're gonna be doing a basics line where I will introduce pants with no designing on them. Maybe like there'll be like special little Carmico things because my ass can't make something simple. But we're gonna do a basics line, and with that will then be our first pair of pants, like that are not jogging pants. And so then from there, once we perfect just the pants, then I can go into making like cute, cool pants. And so patience with me, my dear friends. There will be pants. Just I think that aiming for early spring next year is a little close. Needs to at least have the 5 petal flower exactly. I was thinking like on jeans. I wonder if the ones I'm wearing right now have them. Yeah, of course. These little like hardware guys, like these random little grommets and shit. Like if those are in a flower shape, it's a little something that's like Carmicore, and it'll be entirely custom for like I'm designing it from the bottom up. So they're gonna be unisex. They're gonna be adjustable. I'm gonna get some wiggle room in that waist. And it should be great. But those are my plans that I have going on. But I have not been feeling that great the last few days, just on the basis of my body rebelling against me. I guess we're revealing a very quick switch to a lore reveal here. I do have a few chronic illnesses that I grapple with. And I've been feeling pretty good today, but a little wave of unwell has just come over me. So I might cut the stream short here. This is just, I always joke that I just get nerfed because I'm just too powerful. That I had to get nerfed somehow by having a chronic illness. I feel bad because I've only been here for an hour. But I feel like if I push it, I might end up not feeling any better. And so, if anything, I like to be transparent about my like chronic health stuff because, other people go through stuff like that too. And if I were to pretend that I'm just fine all the time, then it's like not true. And also, maybe me being transparent about the shit that I have going on with my body can inspire someone who's going through similar stuff that, they can still chase their dreams while respecting their body, And, like, you might be getting nerfed, but that doesn't mean that you can't play. And so, I've been grappling with chronic health stuff since I was a teenager. It's something that what I have will never go away. But it doesn't stop me from doing what I want to do in this life, But you gotta listen to it, you gotta work around it. And this is one of those days where I've been feeling really good up to this point, and then something has just shifted within the Carmico verse here, that I'm gonna listen to my body, and you should too. So I'm gonna pop off. Thank you for such a sweet hour. I had so much fun talking about writing. If you guys are down for a writing stream where we like do a prompt together and write at the same time, I'd be super down. But that won't be today because, oh boy, I need to lay down. But I love you all very, very much. Remember that no matter what you're going through, you are still you. And you are capable of many things, but always to listen to yourself. Thank you so much, baby girl. You're so sweet. I just am so grateful that you guys are here for me, and I'm here for you just the same. So, you guys have a great day. I will see you on Thursday, and, yeah. Love yourselves, take care of yourselves. If you feel like writing, do some writing, okay? Okay? Goodbye! Bye, 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 friends!